What is going on, guys? You know what time it is. It is Water Change Wednesday, and I gotta do two things before we begin this. One, I have to set up the Facebook and Instagram live stream, and two, I have to share out the Facebook live stream because I normally share that in a couple groups that I'm a part of. And usually that's done by Jake, but Jake is not with us at the moment, so I'm going to do that, and then we will be doing our water changes. So let me just get the phone here, and the kitty's on my lap in case you can't see her. This is her. She's just chilling. I don't know what she's doing, but she just be chilling. So let's do water change Wednesday 1/18/17. Okay. We're gonna go live in 3, 2, 1. And what is going on Facebook? Thank you for joining us. What's going on, Matt? And Chris and Ken, what's going on, guys? So we are officially live. Kitty, can you stop? Just quit. No, stop trying to eat my headphones. She's trying to eat my headphones. I just need to quickly share this now. Let me do that real quick. All right, you want to lick me? You want to love me? She wants to love me. So how's it going, guys? It's middle of the week. We are doing this thing. Let me share this now. Ow, kitty. Don't put your claws in me. What's up, Exceptor? What's going on, guys, on Facebook? When's the big move? I don't know. We're working on it. And we're going to go look at more houses on Saturday, because the one that we were looking at, I don't know if that's going to pan out. And I'm kind of anxious, so we're going to just be, actively pursuing something until something comes our way. Hopefully sooner rather than later, because I really need it. New purple lights, you growing those boosts? Yeah, those lights back there, the purple ones that you see. What's up, Alexander, on Facebook? Those are just for the boosts, and God, now I forgot where I shared these to. It's so much easier when Jake does it. Actually, I think I already shared it there. What's up, Jonathan? So yeah, so the purple lights back there for the boosts, those are pretty much just, I don't know, I found them on Amazon. They said they grow plants. First time testing it, we'll see. But I'm not really trying to grow those because I really need to sell them because I really don't have a space for them, and that's why they're in these tubs back behind me. I just, I saw an opportunity to get some boosts for a good price, make it a little bit cheaper because they're huge clumps. Like, I don't know if you've had a chance to look at the website. They're not live yet. Like, the page is set up and the product info is all there and the prices are all there, but I haven't updated the quantities because I have a couple of people that kind of had dibs on it because I promised them that they were going to get it, but now they have to let me know which kind they want. So as soon as they let me know what it is they want, I will I'll let everybody know. But until then, I got them grown in the back here. So I'm just trying to share to all the Facebook groups that I'm a part of. Shared there. Pretty sure I shared there. Doing my water changes too. My hands smell like prime sulfur. Yep, they. I hate that smell. I hate when the hands smell after that, but whatever. It's part of the job description there. Okay, so I think we're all shared up now. If you guys on Facebook wouldn't mind just giving it a share, and same thing on YouTube if it's better for you. If you could share the stream, that really helps out. What's going on, Keith? How's it going? Make me a boost salad. Yeah, there's a ton of boost. Actually, so I got 2 tubs going on here, and literally I set this up maybe for like, let's see, the light bulbs were $8. The fixtures itself was like another $8, so that's $16. The tub was like $2 or $3 at Walmart, and then I have little trays that they're all separated into just so I can keep track of what's what. Those were maybe another $5. So let's see, 16. Let's just say 20, $25, and I set up 2 growing spaces. The only thing that I did have to buy, although I have an extra one, the wifey's using it for her tank, is an air pump, so that way I can keep it just moving the water a little bit. What's going on, Steven? So I have the air pump coming in. I ordered a 60-gallon air pump, even though these are like maybe 5 gallons each, these tubs right now. And that's just to keep the air going and keep it going. Finished watching the video with you and Corey from Aquarium Co-op. You loved it? Nice. I'm glad you liked it. I appreciate it. Okay, so we're all shared up. What's going on, Ray? How many types of boosts do I have, Patrick? I got a bunch. If you go on the website right now, they're all listed. Or are they all listed? There's pictures for all of them, but I'm pretty sure like 3 of them are going to not be available because people are going to pick those. Because I only got 1 clump of each, and I'm selling it by the clump. I'm not selling it by the portion. So that is going to, you're going to get a whole lot of boost for kind of cheap. And, oh, my nose is so itchy. This cat hair. I'm not allergic to cats, but her hair is so sticky that, like, sticks to my nose when I'm petting her. Ugh. Okay. Let me just move this over. So yeah, so some people have dibs on a couple different species, and they'll be letting me know hopefully tonight, so I can get them up on the site tomorrow for you guys. And don't mind me, I'm in my no work pajama pants right now. Let me put that over here. Let me move this. Okay, so we're gonna take Facebook over here first. Sorry guys, let's move you over to here. Alright, and there we go. And then I'll take not Instagram, YouTube. Saw you had a Jerry Garcia shirt in an old video. So there's Martin Scorsese, Grateful Dead doc coming. I had a Jerry Garcia shirt in an old video? I don't own a Jerry Garcia shirt, do I? Is this something new that I don't know about? Do I wear a shirt and not even notice it? Okay. Alright. So, what's up, Jennifer? How's it going? Oh, YouTube is let's go. Alright, so good. Speaking of one of the persons that's supposed to let me know about the boost, he just messaged me. Okay. So, we're good? We're good. All right. Things look good. Thank you. I appreciate it. So, everybody that's watching, if you haven't checked out the status that I put up earlier, hold on. Come on. Trying to get the cord in there. Okay, so that's good. We're good there. Let me just get this charger. And we'll be good on Instagram as well. So, if you didn't see the video that DIY Aqua Pros put on his YouTube channel, if you want a cool discount code for the website, you could go check it out there on his video, because there is a code there for a decent amount off. And it's available, so if you want to use it, make sure you take advantage of it. Save a pretty decent amount of money on your next order. So, what's going on, Justin? Did you end up throwing the airline or Airstone in the 3-gallon? I haven't, because I don't want to mess around with it until the wood sinks, because by me sticking my hands in there, it's just gonna get all messed up. Paul Jones says, no wifey tonight, shame. I know, you guys only come here for her. It's not about me anymore. Okay, so, just gonna set up the Instagram live stream. Oh, there's cat hair. It sticks to me. I know what it is. You come for me, but you stay for her, or is it you come for her and stay for me? I don't think that sounds right, but let's move on. Okay. Will that code work on Friday? Yes, it will. Oh. That code will work until I decide that his code is too much money that I'm giving people off. Right now I don't mind it, but we'll see. So, wifey is hot and funny. Well, she should get in here. I told her, I'm like, come co-star with me today, and she's like, no, I'm taking the night off. She has been helping me pack a bunch of orders, so I can't even say anything to that. She helped me all yesterday, all the day before, and all that good stuff. What's up, Jukab? Is that what the name is? My younger brother was like, does this guy stream every day? Where is his girlfriend? Jennifer, that's funny. Yeah, she's taking the night off. This is her chair here with this big cushion because I have to get her a nice chair. It's hurting her back. What's up, Stag? And she'll be on probably the Sunday show, maybe, because they got a lot of orders already. And it's probably going to go up even further than that. What's up, Creek? How's it going? Alright, guys, I'm going to start draining this tank. Let me go turn on the water, and then we'll continue with the Q&A. Give me 1 second. Alrighty. So I'm just going to shut off my CO2 here. Shut off the filters for this one. There we go. So, I don't know, how many people here watch the daily trim series that's been going up? Alright, Havoc, I'll see you later. Making my Madagascar lace grow every 2 days. I don't know what you said before that because the chat already scrolled up, but I actually, my Madagascars, I got some Madagascar lace plants from my supplier and I wasn't sure on how they were going to do. And so far, they're like doing amazingly well. So I think I'm going to list them on the website probably put them up tonight. So that way they'll be available for Friday's quantities that are going to be uploaded. Thanks guys on Instagram for throwing out the likes. I appreciate it. And if you're on Facebook, if you wouldn't mind sharing and giving it a like also, that'd be great. Jeff asks, do you have any reddish or pinkish plants for low-tech tanks looking for smallish? Jeff, what size tank? And then I'll give you a recommendation for that. Can you show us how to split your CO2 line? I want to use CO2 in 2 tanks. So Alex, pretty easy. The way I did it, see there, you could do it with other valves, but you really get what you pay for with these things. So you don't want to kind of be cheap with it. I think the T valves were like, I think $5 or $6. I got them from a site, it's called SMC, I think it is. If anything, I'll send you the link. Now here's my one thing, before I say this. I had an issue, one of the products broke on me. I emailed them and they never wrote back to me, which I'm kind of bummed about because the other thing that you need is an inline speed control valve, which is $17-ish. And that piece broke and they never wrote back to me to kind of replace it. And it was only like a month old, not even. And I'm like, it just stopped working. They didn't even reply to my email. And I was kind of disappointed in that. So, I mean, I feel like I shouldn't recommend them, but like that's the only place that I've seen have it. So it I don't know. It works for me. I like it, but I don't know. They don't have good customer service, so I've seen the majority of the daily videos. Nice. I watched the daily trim and personally offended. You didn't call us the H2O Army. I know. Somebody I'm just gonna do it from now on because somebody commented and they're like, I don't know why, but I cringe every time you call us the H2O Army. I'm like, but you guys are the H2O Army. So I don't know. Tomorrow's video, episode 10 of the Daily Trim series, is by far gonna be the nicest edited video that's come out so far. The guy that I have, Nate, doing it, phenomenal job on this one. Like, I was super excited. I watched it 3 times because I'm like, oh, that's so cool how he like did a bunch of edits. And then episode 11, I haven't seen it yet, but I have a feeling that one's gonna blow that one out of the water because we finally got it down where I'm shooting it better for him because he's not like local. I have to send everything to him, so I'm sending him all the footage, and I gotta film it myself. And I don't know really what I'm doing, but he like made suggestions, so I fixed it on my end, so now it should be a lot better on his end. Baby, they want you on camera. There, I tried. She doesn't want to come. What's up? I said they want you on camera.
Oh, too bad. I already took off my face and my bra and my tits and dragged it to the floor.
Okay. Bill, you're going to watch it 4 times? Bill, did you get the plants yet? Did they arrive? Let me know how they came. On your 7th like today. Nice, Big Joe. I appreciate it. So 7-gallon. Jeff, a small red plant for a 7-gallon. Depending on your lighting, you could try Rotella Macandra, might work. The good thing on my site, you could buy it per stem. So if you buy 1 stem, put it in your tank, and it works, great. You can order more or just propagate that. And let that fill in on its own. SP Red, Ludwigia SP Red is probably going to be your best bet because that doesn't need a whole lot of light to stay kind of reddish, so that's a good plant. Also, Rotella Indica is probably another good plant. It's more of a yellow under proper lighting, so it's good. Alex, just shoot me a message saying that you need the CO2 fittings, and I'll send you the link for it. You get my plants shipped yet? Kendall, what order number are you? Because did I? I think I did. I shipped up to, you should have got a notification from USPS if I shipped it. And I think I'm up to package 206 or 205, something like that. So if not, they will ship Monday because I mean the short week screwed me up with Monday being a holiday again. I couldn't ship out, like normally I pack Sunday, so I couldn't pack Sunday and ship out Monday. I had to wait till Monday night to do it. So. And do you have these in stock? I should have them in stock, yeah. They might not be updated on the site, but they will be come Friday. I have SP Red, I got plenty of SP Red, I got sent plenty of Rotella Indica and plenty of Rotella Macandra Mini. What's up?
Don't make a mess, because I will fuck you up if you make a mess.
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Don't kill me. What's the proper wattage light for a 5.5 gallon? My current light is melting my plants. Try just raising your light up from where it's sitting, like if it's directly on top. So like, if this is your tank, and this is your light, and it's like this, just raise it up, and that should provide enough space for it to not melt. That's the easiest solution. If not, you need to get something that's dimmable or maybe change it around. A 5.5 gallon, honestly, I just have a regular light bulb right now in her base tank in one of these shop lights that I have growing boost right now. So. Yeah, she coming with the fire. She don't want to hear nothing. She cleaned the whole house before I even got home because it was a mess from packing all the orders. She's like, I don't even want to bother seeing your face. I'm going to be in the room. You just do your live streams, and I'm taking the night off. I'm like, all right. Jen, what is the low light, or what is a good low light for a 90 gallon that will grow low light plants? So let's see. Low light, you could probably use the Fluval 2.0 planted LED that I use. If you want a cheaper option, you could probably do a Phoenix. I think they're a bit cheaper. I think they're about $50 cheaper. See, the problem with like, you're asking for low light, so that's perfect. Like really any light's gonna work, but you really have to worry about the penetration through the water. So I would say the Fluval or the Phoenix will probably do fine for low light. Just started my water changes and realized I tune in at the same time you start while doing them every Wednesday. Nice, Sean. Yeah, it's a good reminder, I guess, because I like have it in my mind. Wednesdays, I have to do water changes, and then by me streaming it, it's kind of like a reminder for you guys to do your own water changes. So, all right, Bill, keep me posted. Let me know. Let me know what's going on with those plants, Bill. Issue: my 10-gallon heavily planted tank is sucking down my nitrates at a serious rate. I left 40 ppm nitrate when planted. Not even a week plants double size, and had to cut everything in half to propagate. Now can't get any nitrate level using C-Chem Flourish. Should I start dosing NPK? No deficiencies yet. I mean, having low nitrates isn't necessarily a bad thing. That means that the plants are absorbing everything. So, in theory, you wouldn't actually have to do water changes, which is a good thing. But I always recommend doing water changes. But I would start dosing something that does have a all-in-one type solution that's going to give you your nitrates as well as your macro and micro. Because if they're absorbing the nitrogen that quick or the nitrates that quick, that means they're using all the other nutrients probably just as fast. And if you're not dosing anything, they're gonna be kind of at a standstill. I'm making a video that's gonna be really cool with Legos on how to on the importance of fertilizer. And yes, I'm using Legos. It's gonna be awesome. And I know I get asked every time. I'm spritzing with a little water just to keep the plants wet because they'll dry out. So yeah, so I would recommend dosing fertilizer, Sean. Is it out of stock? It should be in stock. Everybody's telling me that. There's 2 items there. There's one that was combined with root tabs, and that one I don't have anymore because I ran out of root tabs. I should have more. I was supposed to get them this week, but it looks like it's going to be next week. But then there should be another drop-down menu that you could choose the all-in-one by itself with no root tabs, and that one should be in stock. So check that out. You do water changes and replenish with GH+. Yeah, but you're probably still missing the NPK and the other things like iron and all that. What is your definition of low light? I have, hold on, Bill. Any luck with LED floodlights? I haven't tried them, heard good things, but I personally don't have a opinion on them. Switch the water real quick and I'll start answering more questions here. Okay, and a little prime. Oh, I need to order another thing of prime. Shoot. Okay. All out. Alright, does water changes help remineralize water column? It sure does, and it also helps eliminate other stuff that shouldn't be in there. Hey Justin, any update on the boost shipment? Also, my Italian valves are bouncing back, but not getting the height. Any suggestion? It's probably just your light. Give it some time though, because valves, what they'll do is they'll gradually work their way up with the leaves. So one leaf may be like 2 inches, and the next leaf will be 3 inches, and so on and so forth as they bounce back. So just leave it. Yeah, okay, so the all-in-one is in stock on the website. All right, I'm going to check some Facebook questions here. What's up, TMK? How's it going? Looking for suggestions on Adrian asks, looking for suggestions on a foreground plant in a 40-gallon breeder. I'm a beginner running Aqueon OptiBright LEDs, 8 hours a day, pull filter sand, and in front I've tried dwarf hair grass, but my fish dig it up daily. I'd also like to add shrimp to this summer. Adrian, what kind of fish you have? Because if they're digging up that, they might dig up anything else that I recommend to you. I haven't done a water change in 10 years. All my fish died 9 years ago. Well, that's not cool. When will you get root tabs back in stock? Hopefully next Friday, by next Friday. You're 100% plants right now, Chris? Yes, 100% plants. What's the best substrate? That's really a matter of opinion. I prefer Eco Complete and C-Chem Fluorite, but really whatever you want to do. What, you put a white medicine? No, this, if you don't know, this is Chem Prime. It's a dechlorinator. It basically takes the chlorine out of your water when you do water change, because chlorine will kill the bacteria inside the tank. So. Cory cats, so it's probably the Cory cat starting up the bottom. So you want something that's gonna root really good. What was it? Sand, 40-gallon breeder. I don't know that type of light, if it's considered a high-tech light, but you could try pearlweed. You could try baby tears, regular baby tears, which they grow to be stem plants, but if you trim them, they carpet out. You could try dwarf sedge, and you could try what else? Dwarf hairgrass might work as well. That's a little tricky, but that might work. Let's see. What are your thoughts on hydrocodone? Mine's starting to melt. Any advice? Dead cells, I would say, see, some of mine started melting too. I moved it from the substrate level to on top of a ledge that I have, which it should grow, and it is growing. But it just, a lot of it melted back, so it's just probably let it transition if it's new. Well, is it new? That's really the question. Is it new I'm doing it, or if it's old I'm doing it? Can I just do cold water change on the plant to tank? I wouldn't. You don't really want too many water temperature changes in your tank. Especially if you have fish. I don't have fish, so I don't really necessarily have to worry about having the temperature ideal, but you don't want it too hot and you don't want it too cold, you'll kill the plants. Is the high-grow willow difficult to grow? Does it require CO2? It shouldn't. Right now it's just being really slow to grow in my tank, but my high-grow compacta is like taking off. Like the leaves are huge. Like no joke, I have a leaf the size of my hand. It's crazy big. So I don't know. I don't think it needs CO2. It's pretty easy. Yeah, I originally selected all in one with tabs. When will mothballs Java Firm be in stock? Also saw coming soon plans. What will be smallest fern type? What do you mean by fern type? And Java moths and mothballs should be back in stock by Friday. So, if you got a lot of fish tanks, instead of using Prime, I would use Safe, made by a small company, save a lot of money. Yeah, I haven't tried that. I'll take a look at it. Isn't Safe in BioStart? What would you suggest for an aquarium tree, flame moss, Christmas moss, or any other suggestions? Both are good. I personally like flame moss. It's much cooler looking, but yeah. Chris, best floating plant for a low-tech tank. Dwarf water lettuce. Silva minima, frogbit, which I just got in, I'm growing, and Azolla are all pretty good. Most floating plants are good for low tech. How much every aquarium need a LED? No, not every aquarium needs a LED. I just prefer LED because it saves money on electricity, so that's always a good thing. No problem, Chris. How much do you sell Java moss for, if you have any? Matt, I might have some. If not, I should have some relatively soon. And I think it's $5 on the website, and you get a 2x2 kind of a 2x2 portion, I guess. It's fairly new, but I had to uproot it as I wanted to move it. Thanks for this, brother. Yeah, I would just leave it be dead. Just even if it's floating, just leave it be. It'll come back. Most of the time, it'll just take a little time. Safe is the same as Prime without the slime coat. Does that. Smallest Java Fern type, smallest height. See, Java Fern, regular Java Fern gets pretty big over time. You know, it takes a while for it to really get big. Like, you're talking probably like a year or two if you get a small one. Right now I got large ones coming in, so they're quite tall. If you need specifically small ones, I could give you small ones. Also, I have lace Java Fern coming in. which is gonna, I don't know what to expect with that. And I should have a couple other Java friends that are still growing. But if I had to pick any of them that are relatively small, probably Doors, Hammer, or Trident right now, but they all pretty much get big. As they grow over time, the leaves just get bigger and bigger. You can always trim off the big leaves and that'll keep them staying small. I have compacted super easy. Mine grew huge as well. I was wondering about Willow High Grow. I do have Willow High Grow. It's just taking forever to grow for me. I don't know why. It's just growing super slow. Let's see. You miss my wife? Have you tried Powder Prime? No, I haven't. Easiest way to dose CO2 for low-tech tank? Excel. Do you live stream on your aquascape maintenance? Hold on 1 second. Do you live stream, or do live streaming when you, aquascape maintenance. I see what you mean. I don't do it then because I kind of just have 2 set days. I have when I pack orders and when I'm doing maintenance, like water changes. But maybe in the future, if I have a free day, I might do it. You know, just stay tuned and you know, we'll see. Where's the pickle jar tank? It's actually in the kitchen. Hold on 1 second. Let me kill that. The pickle jar tank is set up currently in the kitchen, right behind my sink. The Hygropeina feta, aka Willow Hygro, that's different though. Hygropeina feta is much different than Willow Hygro. Much different. I've been using Safe, this 2.2 last week. Damn, okay. We didn't pick out a beta yet. We're waiting, and I'm waiting until the tank is fully cycled before I put it in there because it's such a small tank. I don't want to have to really maintain water changes. So let me just start this water back up. What type of media do you have in your canister filters? The default that comes with the Sun, whatever they give you. Jose says, Rotala Macandra Mini Type 4, what GH and KH for best results? I mean, I haven't tested it with anything else other than what I have here, but I know I have, let's see. KH is probably about a 3 or 4, and GH should be, I think, a 3 or probably a 4 or 5 as well. And I'm having just fine results with that. So, let's see what Instagram says. What's up, Nick? What's up, Eric? How's it going? Yeah, I like to see the pickle jar tank. I will. I'll be posting a photo on Instagram and Facebook. I'll probably even do a little video on YouTube as well, part of the Daily Trim series at one point. What fish do you recommend for a 10-gallon? Really, whatever you want to keep that can fit in there. I mean, we're going to get a beta for our 5-gallon jar, so I think they're cool. Never really kept the beta, so it'll be the first time. What tank size do you have? I have 4 40-gallons and 1 55-gallon, and now 1 5-gallon vase is sitting in my kitchen. Water change 1 out of 2 complete. That's only 2. I got 5 tanks total, actually technically 6 now. So I have to do a water change on at least these 3. The one in the window doesn't need a water change just yet. Are you selling any types of jungle valve? I am. I got regular jungle valve, ruby red jungle valve. Right now I'm at a corkscrew valve and contortion valve, and I forgot to order it with my order, so I probably won't have them until the following week. But yeah, I have those. What's a plant? What's a plant? Aquatan Man. Joseph Jones, hello. Have you tried coconut fiber? Works great, dude. I have not. Might have to look into that. What's up, Octavio? What's up, Doodle? How's it going? Jake, where are you, bro? You're supposed to share the stream. Damn, I got absolutely obliterated. How often do you do water changes a day? Why, if you have a filter going? New to this. So Janine, the reason why you do water changes is if you have fish. Like technically, I don't need to do water changes because there's no fish in here. It would probably be fine without it. But the plants really like it when I do water changes. I can tell because they start purling. You can see lots of purling effects. And it's not just like there's fresh water in the tank. I know it's actual purling because you could see it coming off the leaf in like a pattern, which wouldn't happen if it wasn't that way. So the plants love it. But when you have fish in the tank, when your fish go to the bathroom, they leave waste behind, and that waste gradually builds up as your filter treats it. And even the byproduct at high levels is toxic to your fish, so you still want to do your water change to reduce that toxicity in the water. So I recommend doing once a week water changes, but some people go 2 or 3 weeks. I've gone 3 or 4 weeks off on my 55 gallon that has fish in it just because it's so heavily planted. If you have a lot of plants, they absorb that toxins, but you still want to do a water change eventually. What substrate do you use? I want to swap out my gravel for either fluorite or Eco-Complete or Dirtit. I use fluorite or Seachem fluorite or Eco-Complete in both of these tanks. I use it. Dirt is good, but if you're constantly moving around plants, it sucks. He suggested divided photo period as personal opinion on what your demands are and what you can manage consistently. I don't know what that's referring to. If somebody could repeat the question, whatever it is. How big is your tank? These are 40 gallons, and then I have a 55 gallon. Fluorite takes a lot of washing. That it does. At this point, I wash it maybe 3 or 4 times and just throw it in the tank. And so every once in a while, I'll stir it up to try and get that dust into the water, so the filter kind of removes it. I'm super jealous of your water. I live in Texas. I have a water company from PA, and my tap water is crazy soft with a super high pH. Only outside. Oh, you have no chlorine? Oh, that's nice. What's up, Anoop? Heard microsurge can carpet in low-tech conditions. Your thoughts? It can. I've personally never seen it do it. Actually, no, I've never seen it do it. I know it can. I've heard it can, at least. Dwarf clover and 4-leaf clover are another good carpeting plant for low-tech tanks. I forgot to mention that. I just now remembered because it's so new. So, will you be doing a video on your Rex Greg reactors? Yeah, when I get them. I actually haven't gotten them yet. So as soon as I get them and start putting them in, I'll do a video on it. They're actually coming with the root tabs, so when I get them in, I should have root tabs back in stock on the site as well. Let's see. You're welcome, Jose. Joseph, what kind of plant fertilizers do you sell? So I sell an all-in-one. I would go grab it, but it's all the way on my top shelf over there. But it comes in a bottle similar to this. It's blue. It has a pump bottle on it. And the pump is really cool because for beginners, with other fertilizers, you actually have to sit there and measure it out. But with the pump top, it's just you put it in however many pumps it recommends, and that's it. And it gives you all the micro and macronutrients that, like if you were to get a Seachem fertilizer, you would need to buy like 6 bottles of different chemicals to equal what's inside that one bottle. How can grow plant? I don't know what you mean by that, Karen. How long have you been doing this? About 3 years, but I've spent a lot of time researching and figuring it out. I don't know. Let's see what Instagram has to say. Damn, a lot of comments here. Okay. Dinner, yeah, Jake, I don't care, bro. You need to be sitting here sharing streams. Just kidding. Does Tiger Lotus need CO2? No. It's pretty easy plant to grow. Great for beginners. Want to give me some free plants? Hey, I do contests on Instagram every day. All you gotta do is comment and like the photos within 5 minutes, and I choose one person at random to win $10 to the store, so you can get some free plants. Radius, beard game strong as hell. Thank you. Nah, Jake, don't be jealous. Are there any good plants you could recommend for discus tank? I just set up my CO2 today. Fish, really, you can do any plant in a discus tank so long as you have the right tank conditions for that plant. You just have to have proper lighting, proper nutrients, and proper CO2 if it needs CO2. So, you know, DIY CO2, whether it's a good idea. Cake, or what is it? Cake wrap, I guess. Just gonna call it wrap. DIY CO2 is good to get you into it, but after you have CO2, you're going to see an explosion in your plant growth, and then you're going to get annoyed that you have to change out the CO2 every week. And that's going to get annoying, and you're going to want to upgrade. So it's good to try it out, get your feet wet, but you'll eventually upgrade, so don't spend too much money on it. Wait, what plays were good for low tech tank? I missed that. The dairy, are you asking carpeting plants? Do you have root tubs you sell? Yeah, Jen, I have root tubs. I don't have them in stock right now. I only have this small bag, but this isn't. They're supposed to be 25 to a bag, and right now this is like 20, so I'm not actually selling it because I don't have enough. But they look like little blue capsules. I'll show the YouTube here. And these you just plug in underneath your substrate. They're contained with iron, well, clay, which has iron. And they also have mineralized topsoil, so there's a lot of nutrients in them. So a little bit goes a long way. And yeah, 25 of them, depending on your tank size. Like for like a 55-gallon tank, it probably would last a year maybe. So. Oh, do I use the root tabs? I sell is what I meant. I personally don't because I haven't used them yet. My thing is I have still leftovers from the DIY ones with the Osmocotes that are in there, so I haven't had a chance to put these in the tank. But from what I've heard from everybody else that buys them from the supplier that I get them from, they work fantastic, and so far the customers that have bought them have been telling me that they work great as well. So I can't tell you I use them. I don't use them just yet. I do plan on using them in my 55. So. Yeah, don't put too many in. Corey put too many in and he got blue water. Janine, my 35 is overgrown with plants and I have fish in it. Haven't done a water change in 7 months. Every time I do, I have huge die-off in fish and plants. That's why. Janine, so either one, your water isn't good water that's coming out of your tap for whatever reason. Could be like too high pH, too low pH, whatever the case is. Or two, you're doing too much of a large water change. What I would suggest doing is doing like small 10% water changes just to get them in the habit of doing them, and then you can work your way slowly up to that and get them used to the water fluctuations, and that's probably the best way to do it. Thanks, great channel, thank you. What's your hydroponics game? I don't have a hydroponics game. One more time. Discus are high temp, 82, 86. Some plants might not do well most times. Yeah, some plants might not do well, but a lot of the beginner plants will work well. It's really tricky because when you have a high-tech tank with discus and you want to get high-tech plants, they may not like the temperature that you have to have for the discus. So that is good recommendation there. Let's see. I've had good luck with the newest Amazon swords, posterior crypts in my discus tank. Yeah, the basics is pretty good. When you get into rarer plants, buy one stem or 2 stems, see how they do. If they work well, then buy more, because that's what I do. Sorry, I missed your answer when you answered the question about what substrate. I use EcoComplete and Sechem Fluorite. I have EcoComplete in my 55. I have Fluorite in the grow tanks. They both work great. So, Joseph, is your plant fertilizer similar to Easy Green? It's probably identical if I had to guess, because his composition is the same exact composition of the fertilizer that I have in my bottle. So I wonder if we buy it from the same person. I almost imagine that we buy it from the same person. Matt, yeah, my Instagram is H2O Plants. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all H2O Plants, and Snapchat, which I'm going to start doing some secret things on Snapchat. So if any of you have Snapchat, be sure to follow me there, because there's going to be some secret stuff going on there. Nice jammies. Yeah, you like my jammies. They say, things to do today. Eat, watch TV, mow the lawn is unchecked, shower is unchecked, and sleep. Look at this cool pants. I like them. What's up, Cheek? Am I doing 50% water changes? Yes. Let me go turn back on the water here. Let's see. How often do you use the Osmocote tabs? I'm trying to finish mine off too. I honestly haven't put root tabs in this tank probably in like 8 months now. It's well overdue for some, but everything's still growing, so like I just haven't had time to put them in there. Honestly, that's what it comes down to. Are you setting up more tanks when you move? Absolutely. There will be more tanks, more plants. I almost kind of want to completely eliminate my suppliers and grow everything, like even Anubis and Jungle Val in-house. And I'm going to set up like specific tanks just to do that, but I mean it depends on how much room I have. I have to be practical. So some things I might still have to buy from the supplier. But I will have tons of tanks set up for stem plants, like nice stem plants. You need a big screen TV in that room to stream movies when you're packing orders. Yeah, I actually use my tablet. I put it up on my little rack here when I'm not streaming. So, did you go to the range? I didn't. I didn't get a chance. Hopefully soon in the next couple of weeks. Okay, Matt, cool. Tomorrow my platies will be here. Nice, Vicky. And tomorrow I think your plant should be there. Right? Oh, your planties. I read that. I thought it said platies. I'm like, platies? My Anubis are melting a lot. How could they be planted? Or how deep could they be planted? Could that be the problem? Janine, if you buried the rhizome, I'm going to give you a crash course on Anubis right now. So, for everybody wondering, this right here, this line right here, is called the rhizome. Let me show you two. This is the rhizome, right? The roots come out of the rhizome. So like this. They come out of the rhizome. You could bury the roots, but if you bury the rhizome, the plant's not going to like you. It'll most likely die. So, only bury the roots if you're going to plant it in the substrate. So about this much, you could leave it sticking out a little bit. If you have to, wedge it in there with a rock or something, or tie it to something and let it root into the substrate. But if you bury the rhizome, it's not going to be happy. Do you recommend moving Anubis or Amazon swords after it has been planted for a couple months? Sergey, you can, but I believe, I haven't tested it, but I think when you move plants around, it actually stunts their growth a little bit, so, yeah. Are you doing 50% water changes? Yes. What's up, H2O? What's going on, Cheek? The leaves on my anacris are melting off, but they're sprouting new growth. That's green and healthy. You think that could just, yeah, that's just them adjusting. Some plants, like, plants that are definitely going to melt on you regardless of where they're kept or how they're grown. Crypts, jungle vows, or any plant with a really soft leaf, it usually means that they're really fragile to subtle changes and they'll melt back. But as long as you see a new growth popping up, it's absolutely fine. So, yeah, you'll be fine, Destiny. Plants are picky about water temp? Yep, they certainly are. I want to make it my order so bad, Corey. Bro, you should have, I think I messaged you when I uploaded the dwarf sage and you missed it. But I ordered a bunch. I ordered 50 bunches of dwarf sage and I ordered a bunch of other things. This was actually a smaller order this week coming in than last week. mainly because I knew I wasn't going to be able to pack all the orders, so I have a lot of plants left over. So hopefully the following week, I'll get everything out and have a huge order coming in. So, 1H2O, may grow more plants. I'm trying. What's the funniest thing that's happened to you while working with plants, fish? Oh god. Let's see, funniest thing. I wouldn't say funniest thing. I had, when I was moving my tanks in here, it's kind of sad. One of my Siamese algae eaters jumped out of the bucket I had him in. Even though I had a lid on it, it still had enough for an air pump to go through it, and it was open a crack, and he jumped out, and then he died a couple days later. He was just flopping around on the floor. I caught him, threw him in the bucket, but I think he sustained an injury when he fell out of the bucket. So it's not really a funny story, but. Any experience with green kabama right before plants reach water surface and cut in half top? Most of the leaves turn brownish red. Is it too much light at the height? No, that's actually good. That's fine. Most plants, when they get to top layer of your water, they're going to turn a different color because they're getting a lot more light, which is making them grow faster. And the reason why red plants stay red is because they grow too fast. So chlorophyll that makes the plant green can't produce enough. The plant can't produce enough chlorophyll, so that's why they stay green. I hope my questions are going through. I might have missed your question. Sorry, I'm like trying to keep up with like a couple different things, and I can't scroll through the chat. So if I missed your question, just type it again. Thanks, Dead Cells. Appreciate it. I threw dwarf sedge in 30 parts per million CO2 with ferts, nothing but growth. Nice, Sean. Kabama loves the light. The top, some species change color. It's how it grows. Yep, I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. Don't feel like researching while I'm watching. Close water changing too. Yeah, that's fine. Could you explain more about how water temperature affects plant growth? Really, it comes down to most of these plants, they're taken from different areas of the world. So. Some of them might be found in the Amazon rainforest or areas that are located on the equator that have much higher temperatures than, say, plants that are located here in the U.S., that aren't 90 plus degrees all the time. They might only be 70 degrees. So a plant has to adapt, and it can only adapt so much. And because we're taking these plants from their natural environment and taking them into an ecosystem like this and then trying to figure them out from there, it's tricky. And some plants just prefer cold. It's like why we have polar bears and grizzly bears. They're both bears, but they like two different environments. So that's really it just comes down to what the plant can handle. Some plants, like Anubis, can handle cold water and warm water. A lot of the rare species that I have couldn't. If you put these in too hot of a tank, they're all going to melt. So it is true that if you partially cut /nick Anubis rhizomes, it promotes new leaf growth in those areas. I actually haven't tried that. I've been meaning to see because I know when if you cut it, it does sprout a new leg of the plant. But I don't know if it promotes like an extra one if you just make a little indent or something. Very informative live stream. Thank you. Can you dose Excel and CO2 at the same time? You can, but you need to be really careful. Because you don't want to have too much CO2 in your tank and overdose your fish. Because I killed my bosun's with too much CO2, but not from using Excel and all that. Has electricity bill dramatically increased in New York since using all those LEDs, assuming water at least did since growing? Well, I don't pay for water, so that's good. And electricity bill maybe went up about $40 for 5 tanks, so I really can't beat that. The LEDs save a ton of electricity, you have no idea. Yeah, let me go kill the water to this one and I'll get some more questions. Yeah, LEDs are good on the pocket, even though they cost a lot of money up front. That's what is wrong. Thank you. You're welcome, Janine. Hopefully that helped. Yep. No, my phone died. What the hell? Damn Instagram. I need to buy a new phone that charges while I live stream. My old phone, my phone that's 2 years old, does better than my phone that's a year old. It's nuts. Carbon, I believe, is utilized in the same manner as CO2, but does... hold on. Carbon, I believe, is utilized in the same manner as CO2, but does use some carbon differently. But with that said, check CO2 ppm. This is the thing. Excel isn't actual carbon. It's a chemical that breaks down and creates carbon. And it's, while it's a substitute for CO2, it's not CO2. So, are you on a timer, and what the schedule? Sabotage, yeah. Everything here is on a timer because consistency is key. If you want a thriving tank, I believe highly in consistency. Same time every day the lights go on, same time every day the CO2 goes on. It stays on and it shuts off at the same time every day. So that's key. And they are on for, right now the CO2 goes on an hour before the lights and everything but my 55. And then that goes on at the same time as the CO2 and goes off at the same as the CO2. And then the 40 gallons lights go on an hour after the CO2 has been on, and that just helps make sure there's a high level of CO2 for the plants to absorb as soon as the lights kick on. Do you know how the water quality is around Brooklyn? I think you're from there, around that area. I'm in Staten Island, and I'm pretty sure New York City water is universal all around, so it doesn't matter where you go. It's all coming from the same source. The only thing that might be different is your pipes, depending on where you move to. Hated my electric bill when I was living in NYC, 14 cents kilowatt, another 14 cents delivery charge and tax. I don't even know what it is. I know I paid $100 this past month. It might seem like a lot, I don't know. What's up, fish kids? What's going on, species? Damn. Thanks for the info. NYC water is awesome. Yeah, I'm gonna miss it if I move to Jersey. My plants love it. Alright, let me turn back on this. Let me kill the filters here. Let me get it draining. Turn these back on. Just getting out my fertilizers. How much boost will you have on the site when you put it up? Steven, it's probably going to... I have 17 portions in total. See, this is what happened. So I ordered a bunch of it from overseas. I didn't have room for it. So, like, I only have what's under here. And here, I'm going to show you guys. I only have underneath 2 tanks here. Rotate you guys a little bit. So I wasn't sure on how much room I was going to have. I didn't think I would be able to keep it all. I actually can, but I promised another seller on another site that he can have half of it. He's going to pay me what I spent on it, and I'm going to ship him the other half. Because I wasn't sure what I was going to be able to hold and how fast it's going to sell, because like, this will only survive for so long in this setup. It's gonna need, it's gonna need to go in a proper tank soon. So right now I have 17 portions. One's already sold. I'm waiting on 3 people to let me know what they want, because they specifically said they wanted some, and they hit me up even before it came in. And I'm letting them have first dibs because they asked and all that. And then after that, I would assume, so the one's out, so that's 16, figure maybe 3 or 4 more. So I'll have maybe 12 to 13 clumps available, and they're pretty big, like, that's one portion that I'm selling. This is 35 bucks, but that's a pretty big portion. Like, there's probably, if I had to take a guess, there is probably, in this particular clump, at least 20 to 30 plants. And if you think about that, normally I would sell just one little piece. So I don't really have any available, but one little piece would be anywhere between $4 and $7. So if you think that there's at least 20 in here, times 4 is what? 80 bucks. So this would sell by itself, if I was to break this down, $80 here, but I'm selling it for 35, so it's 50%, more than 50% what it should actually go for. And that's just because I don't have the space to hold it. I need to get rid of it fast. And I don't feel like breaking it down. At least I want to see if people will buy it like this. If they do, great, you get a good deal, you get tons of plants. Which with Boost, you always want to get more because it's a super slow grower, and you really, it's like watching paint dry. It's going to take a while, so. But yeah, so that's the Boost. Pros, Kindle the Pros. I need to set back a flexure on the way in. What is purling? Purling is when your plants give off oxygen off their leaves. You can see it happen usually. It's usually it's a good indication that your plants are happy. So just one piece could get like that. Yeah, one piece could get like that. I mean, that is, you know, the way Boost has a lot of different leaf patterns. So that's one clump, right? But then there's this other style that's like this, and this isn't like that one, but this is only $20 opposed to 35. And there's at least probably 8 plants here. So if I was to sell this, I'd probably sell this at $5 a pop. So let's see, there's a decent amount here. Well, melting going on. I'm just gonna take that off. And Boost melts a lot, so here's the thing. You're going to order it, you're going to get it in your tank, and it's going to lose all of its leaves. That's completely normal. Because what happens is the plants all convert over to the submerged leaves. So even though this plant is green right now, when it fully converts, the leaves may be purple, pink, blue. We have no idea. There's not a whole lot of info on these plants once they converted. For every different species, because there's so many. But yeah, so you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's about 5, 6 plants on here. So even if you were to sell these at $5 each, that's 30 bucks. So I'm selling this one particularly for 20, which, you know, might be for somebody that wants a cheaper amount. How do you put root tabs in a newly planted tank? I personally wouldn't put them in a newly planted tank. I would wait for at least 3 months because your plants are going to need to establish before they're really going to optimize and use all the nutrients that are going to be available, and you're probably just wasting your root tabs. So I wouldn't do that. But if you have tweezers, you could take them and just use a tweezer and put them right under the substrate and kind of drag it through the substrate a little bit, but keep it at least like 2 to 3 inches away from the base of a plant. And will look good in the front of my tank. Yeah, Boost is a good foreground, mid-ground plant. It attaches to rocks really well and driftwood, so it's really good. What's going on, guys, on Instagram? Sorry the live stream went down. I don't know why my phone just froze and died. Justin, how do your plants hold up going from a high-tech situation to a low-tech situation? Should be fine. I mean, anytime you get a new plant in your tank, expect some melting. That's just typical. If you're trying to take low-tech plants and put them in your low-tech or medium-tech tank, and it's coming from my high-tech, you'll just probably lose the older leaves, but the newer leaves should survive, and they should sprout and grow, so would be fine. Your side is a rip-off. We're definitely ripping you off. Best plant gazer on. Thanks, Sean. Yeah, I think it's a good deal to Boost that I'm gonna what I have it priced at. So, let's see what you're growing down there by the purple light. That's Boostin. I bought 3 from you about a month ago, and they're slowly growing. I want to buy a clump or 2. Yeah, they'll be up on the site soon. The clumps are the way to go. Like, if I was in like a customer's shoes, knowing what I know, I would buy a clump now because of how slow it grows. Like, I have a lot left over from that order that you're talking about, still growing in my tank because I kept a little for myself, obviously. And it's growing, but it's growing super slow. Like, there's little tiny leaves sprouting up, so it's growing, but it's gonna take forever. So, getting a nice large clump, at least you'll get more popping up, so it'll look fuller sooner, and that's a good thing. Fancy light or broken video? What do you mean fancy light? Oh, down here, they're purple lights. It's not a broken video. It's actually it's blue and red lights that are growing some Boost that I got. All right, so let's see. I have 6 tanks to water change. Nice, Rich. You should do another fish contest. Did I do a fish contest? How long do most plants take to acclimate to a new tank? If it's anything other than Boost, probably within a couple of weeks it'll completely acclimate. Boost can take up to 2 years to completely transition from their submerged growth to their or from their immersed growth to their submerged forms. Let's see. I need some Boost. We'll try to grab some when it's available. Nice, Joseph. Yeah, it'll be available probably by Friday. It may even be available tomorrow. Just follow Facebook and Instagram because that's where I'm gonna post it first. As soon as it's live, it'll go up there. So, let's see. What's the new hype on Boost? What's so special about it? So, Dan. It's super easy to grow. It's a great beginner plant. It grows super slow though, so that's why it's kind of pricey because it's a super slow grower. It's rare. You have to import it. It's not grown in the US. And even if it was grown in somebody's tank, to get a fully converted portion, it's going to cost you a lot of money. I've seen fully converted portions go for like $80, $90, and that's like 2 little leaves that are coming off pretty much. So they go for an abstract number. But they're beautiful because they have different colors. So if you ever wanted low-tech plants that convert and have different colors, bucephalandrid is the way to go. Even though these are all green or dark green or like slightly yellow, they will get underwater blue, red, pink, orange, like purple, all these different colors. And that's what makes them so interesting because they grow super slow, they're hardy, they're great for beginners, and they have super amazing colors and different leaf combinations. So they're great, a great easy plant to begin with for new aquarists. They're a little costly because they grow slow, but they're great plants. How difficult is, I'm going to butcher this name, it's Telenathiera Carnalis? I actually haven't grown that. I have its other, I have Alteria, or is that what you meant, Artilleria? I have that. For me, initially, it was giving me some troubles, but now that I've added GH booster into my water, it's been going great. You responded to my comment, I was away for a few. Oh, sorry, Steven. What's up, Benny from Germany? I said the boost should be available hopefully tomorrow, so hopefully you can grab some. Are those LEDs under the tank? Yeah, they're LED grow lights, and honestly, I can't look at them because they like make me feel nauseous. I don't know why. It's just maybe the purple light. H2O, do you suggest root tabs or other additives to substrate for a new tank? No, Chansky, don't add anything to the substrate just yet. You can dose regular fertilizer though after probably about the first couple of weeks, and once your plants are grown, it's great. You always want to use fertilizer, no matter what, even if you have a low or medium light tank. Ugh, I wish I could buy some booze. Whatever they are, they add a nice touch of color. Whatever they are, yeah, whatever they are, they add a nice touch of color. That they do. But you just leave an EDM festival still psyched? That's funny. I have arrived. Well, welcome, Jasmine. Welcome. Nicholas asks... Oh, wait, hold on. How is the growth rate of Anubis? Say I wanted to keep a particular plant isolated on a root, which is the best species, or rather, how would I go about containing the plant? What do you mean containing the plant? I'm confused. Can you suggest an LED for plants under $100? It depends on the size of your tank. If you have a 4-foot long tank, it's going to be a lot more expensive than if you had a 2-foot long tank. Who's talking to a dog named Jasmine? Like keeping it on a rock. You could just tie it to a rock. You could use zip ties. What's the slowest growing species? Bucephalandrid. If you want a slow growing species, Bucephalandrid or Anubis. Although Anubis has been growing pretty quickly for me, so I'm glad. 40 gallon. And what kind of plants are you trying to grow, Adrian? Are you trying to grow high-tech plants or low-tech plants? Boost it is, yeah. Boost is a nice slow-growing plant. It really, it'll take a while. But boy, when it does, it looks beautiful. I have some that's almost like completely transitioned, and the colors on it just look amazing. I have one that's literally turning blue. The leaves are blue. It's nuts. Ben, you should do a series on about how to propagate different plants. There's not many videos. Actually, Daily Trim episode 11 is going to touch on how to do stem plants. So be sure to stay tuned for that, and then I'll do other plants. You could suggest them in the comments of the video, and just tell me, you know, what kind of plant you want to see and know more about, and I'll do a Daily Trim episode on it. Let me just kill the water here. Oh, that's not good. Low tech, you could probably do a Phoenix light. I think you get them for about $100 or less. Do you have the individual plants available on your website, or should I commit to buy a bunch? I would just buy one clump. I mean, unless you're doing a huge tank, or if you just want a little, because one clump, it gets you like at least 15 probably plants, depending on which clump you go with. And then you could just propagate that into 15 different plants if you wanted to, or just leave it all together. Have you stocked your beta jar? Wait, have you stocked the beta jar that you and Margaret did live? Not yet. We put 2 snails in it. Right now I have a Nerite snail? No, mystery. Yeah, Nerite snail and mystery snail. Nerite and mystery. That's what I got. He explained about every plant as unpack orders, but would be nice to do one video from new corners. For new, you mean new orders? Yeah, just leave some comments on the daily trim videos of which plants you'd like to see. Just put like, show us how to trim Amazon swords, and I'll do a video on that. I only want to make content that people want to see. So I mean, yeah. What are you using to light your tanks? The top tanks is Fluval 2.0 LED planted, and the bottom are just shop lights with LED grow bulbs in them. Nice plants, Justin. Thank you, Robin. Do you sell plants to Germany? I don't right now, Benny. Hopefully one day I can go international, which is what I plan on doing. Do you use LED lights? Yes, I do. What's up, homeboy? What's going on? When are root tabs going to be in stock? They were supposed to be in stock on this Friday, but it looks like next Friday because they're coming in an order with my reactors that I'm going to be switching out on my tanks for better CO2 distribution. And the guy that's making them and that supplies the root tabs wasn't able to get the parts that he needed for that, so I'm waiting for it. What's up, Brazil? Have you been able to check for shipping to Canada? I haven't, but if you need plants and you're in Canada, try Lizzie'sFishies.com. She is in Canada and ships to Canada, so. She has a very similar product line to me. I'm not wearing a superhero shirt. Yeah, I know. Most of my superhero shirts are dirty, so. Do you have any more Ruby Jungle Violet? Such a beautiful plant. I will be getting more in on tomorrow, which should be up on the site by Friday. So, there's that. That would be good if you know the names of all your plants. I know most of the names to the plants. I just have a hard time pronouncing them. So, like for the boost, I actually use these little labels here that are waterproof and waterproof markers, so that way I can keep them in the containers and I don't have to worry about leaching any toxins or anything. They're safe, non-toxic, all that good stuff. So, do you know when the plants will be shipped out from Sunday? So any pending orders, if you haven't gotten a USPS notification saying your order shipped, it'll ship out this Sunday. Anything that's left will ship out Sunday. And I apologize for that, but it is just me and the wifey when she helps, and there's a whole lot of orders. There's a whole lot of orders, so it's hard for me to keep up with everything, but I'm trying my best. It will eventually go out, it just may take a week. The hardest plant to grow you have kept? Daria, I don't want to answer that because tomorrow's daily trim, which I have to say is going to be the best daily trim episode just yet, just based on the editing alone. The guy Nate that edited it did a phenomenal job. It like had me psyched. I watched it 3 times. Like it really was so good. I'm like, wow. Like it's. I imagine everybody's here probably seen Casey Neistat and some other like vloggers. And I really wanted to go and make the production quality a lot better because I like that style of editing. I just don't have the time to do it, so I hired this guy, Nate, to do the editing for me because I was like, well, even if it costs me a couple of dollars per video, and he does a phenomenal job editing them. They're a lot more enjoyable for people to watch, and I want them to continue watching. Like, I don't want it to be a crappy edit job that, you know, because I'm doing it at 1 a.m. in the morning on my phone, I don't have the time to put in and do all the other things that I want to do with it, where I can set it to him because we shoot him a couple days in advance. He has plenty of time to do it, get it done, edit it right, and then I can give you a proper piece of content that it'll be really nice. And yeah, so I'm hoping that people really like episode 10, because episode 10 is going to be good. Episode 11 should also be really good, because now we find, like, episode 8 was a little, it wasn't the best because my audio quality was screwed up because I was using the GoPro only, but now I'm using my phone and the GoPro. As I'm recording with the GoPro, I have the phone recording me as well. Even though I have a professional mic over there, it's easier for me to run around with the phone recording the audio. So it's gonna be pretty good. So that's all I'm gonna say. Watch tomorrow's episode. Make sure you like it and share it, because it's gonna be great. Let's see. Let my Facebook group know you are selling Planet Tanks California. Oh, you let them know? 65 Kelvin is good enough for photosynthesis? Yes, it should be. 6500 and above is great. And did my phone just die? My phone just died again. Alright, let me drink this. I went on a plant shopping spree at my local pet stores, and most of them didn't have tags. Yes, that is always a problem. Whenever I ship out plants, though, every bag gets tagged with a number that corresponds to their order. So on their order slip, and when you look at your order slip, you'll have all the items that you ordered listed, and next to them will be a handwritten number. And then you go to the bag of your plant, and that number will correspond to that plant. So everything comes labeled, and I know the names of every plant I have in here. Even if I don't know how to pronounce them, I know what they are. I just have a really good memory for that. So, like, I know, you know, that plant is that. I know where every one of them is in the tanks. So. Daria Z says, sounds awesome. I'll pull notifications. I guess that was put on notifications or whatever for each video. Sounds great. Yeah, they're gonna be really good quality, I believe. Needs a good editor, so I'm really psyched about them, and I hope people like them. Greg, oh, you're in here. You wanted to know about lighting. Hold on. Where is it? Where did she put the dry erase markers? Hold on. Ah, found them. Okay. So, sorry, YouTube. We're gonna do a really easy crash course on lighting for Greg, because he wanted to know, and even though I plan on doing a full video on this, we're going to break out the whiteboard and I'm going to show you. Okay, so, whiteboard. Okay, so, how should I do this? Let's just say you're looking at the side of a tank, not the long side, but the shorter side. So, this is the tank right there, right? And you have your light fixture right here. So, what happens, can everybody see? You guys keeping up? Alright, good, let's keep up here. So, when you have your light fixture, like this, it shoots down light like this in a cone effect, right? It starts much more narrower at the top, and then it works its way out as it goes down the tank, right? So in order to penetrate a height of, your tank's to 75, so it's 22 inches, I think, high, or 20 inches high. So if you are trying to grow highlight plants and your fixture is highlight at, let's say, 12 inches, so let's say here it's 12 inches, okay? And here, a lot of people like say par or watts per gallon. It's all good baselines, but to simplify it basically, let's say at 12 inches, your fixture is giving off 70 par, okay? That's a good base point to know what something is. And is it reversed on Facebook? Or like I'm looking at it and it's reversed. On YouTube, it's not. But on Instagram or on Facebook, it's reversed. So I don't know if you were able to read that. So it's 70 par at 12 inches, right? But then you have another 9 inches because your tank's 21 inches deep. So you have another 9 inches. So for every inch under the 12 inches, that par value will drop, let's say, at 18 inches, it drops to 50 par. Right? So even if you have multiple fixtures and you have 2 of the same fixture, right? So you have one here and you have one here, you're going to get this cone effect that will hit all your plants, but it doesn't matter how many you have if they can't penetrate down to the deepest level of where your substrate is at 21 inches to grow plants, right? So if you have a high-tech plant down at this level, right, and your lights don't have enough par to hit that, and it's only medium light and you have highlight plants, they will still grow, but they're not going to grow to their full potential. Whereas if you had a shorter tank, and this is why I always recommend if you're going to do like a high-tech planted tank, 40 gallons or less, because if you try anything above, you're going to be spending a fortune on lighting. So if your tank was only 18 inches deep and you had 50 par, you're going to have much more lighting than you would at 21. And for every inch higher you go, you'll have a lot more light. So you have 2 options. Basically, you go with a much more expensive light, or you could try and get, well, 3 options. You get a really expensive light that will give you 70 par, because 70 par is a good base point for highlight. So you want 70 par at the bottom of your substrate. If you want, you can raise your substrate by adding in more gravel and putting, an extra 4 inches of gravel if you wanted to do that, or whatever you have, which really isn't cost effective. Or scrap the tank. No, don't scrap the tank, but try and get some plants that are maybe medium light for carpeting, if you want it. Now, if you have a stem plant that requires high light, right? Say it's in the substrate. I'm just going to carry this over here, but the same parameters. So if you have a stem plant like this, right, and here's the little leaves, and this is a high-tech plant that requires high light, it will most likely still survive, but all these bottom leaves will probably fall off because they're not going to get enough light. But the top part will look really nice and color up very nicely. So that'll still grow, and then when you trim this, and you plant that in the substrate, it'll sprout, and then the bottom leaves will probably fall off again and whatnot. So even if you don't have high par at your substrate level, it doesn't mean you can't grow highlight plants. It just means that they won't look as bushy. But as they get closer to the light, they'll be better. And I hope that kind of explains that. I want to do a more in-depth video on this. That's why I got the whiteboard, actually. The whiteboard's for a couple of videos. So I hope that kind of explains it. So basically, to recap, it doesn't matter if the fixture doesn't have a good enough par rating. No matter how many you buy, it's still going to give you the same par rating at your base level. How do you know if a plant is high light or low light? Research. Really, that's what it is, research. But anything that's pretty much red is going to require medium to high light. There's not really too many low light plants that stay red or a different color. Ludwigia SP red, Rotella indica, Rotella nicandra are all plants that under medium light can get a nice color. with that said, though, Greg, if you wanted to upgrade your fixture, there are fixtures, but you're going to be spending a bit more money. That's the unfortunate situation with a 75 gallon. And trust me, I'm right there with you, because my 55 gallon, I spent probably close to $400 for one fixture to get highlight on it. And it's the same concept of what I just explained. The 55 is the same height as the 75. It's just a pain in the butt to light effectively. To do a 40-gallon high-tech demo of your guppy tank. That's awesome, yeah. 40 gallons or lower are great for high-tech tanks if you really want to get your escape on. Problem with that, you obviously can't keep huge fish if you wanted to, but then again, I don't know why you would want big fish in a professional escape, because even if there's something easy like angelfish that really won't disrupt the plants, the scale's going to be off, and you'll want fish anyway. So the only thing I can see why you want to do a big tank is for discus, really. If you're going to do something escape like that beautifully. What is the Fluval 2.0 planted considered in a 29 gallon? That would probably, what's a 29 gallons depth? I think that's 18 inches. Depending on how tall or how much substrate you have, probably close to a highlight. And it would probably be on the cusp of medium to highlight. And what did I go with on the 55? So I have a fixture from Build Mine LED. They don't make fixtures anymore, but they were custom fixtures for aquariums that they built. Unfortunately, they don't make them anymore. But if you were gonna go and you want to make that jump and invest, you could do a it's called a TMC grow beam, or what's the other name? There's another name for it. It's something grow beam, and it's basically like pendants that have intense LED radiation that come down, and they're great for penetrating. And same thing with Kessel. Kessel's, while expensive, they're really they have a good penetration value, so they really get down to the deeper depth. But you're going to be spending a lot of money. You'd almost probably be better spending the money you're going to spend on an LED light for your 75 to buy like a 20 gallon or a 30 gallon long, and probably all the money you would have spent on the light, you could set up an entire new tank. That's why I like it. It's not that it can't be done; it just can't be done cost effective. Like, I regret getting my 55. At the time when I first got it, I was like, oh, this is gonna be the coolest thing. I could keep the big fish now. Nope, worst idea ever for plants. Like, should have never did it. I really wish I didn't, but now, like, I'm not gonna tear it down, because it is a tank and I've already bought the light for it, so it works. But I'm hoping maybe I'll upgrade to still a 4 foot long tank, but I'll make it myself so it's 6 inches shallower, and maybe make it longer and add another light to it, like another Phoenix, and then have like a 4 foot by maybe a 2 foot depth and only like 16 inches deep, and that will really allow me to escape it nicely and do some cool things with it. That's not to say that you won't have success with the Fluval, though, Greg. Like, the Fluval will grow plants. It's just if you're trying to get the, the really tiny baby tears to carpet in the 75, that light's not going to work for you, It's just not going to carpet the way you want it. But if you're trying to grow pearl weed in it, it'll probably carpet and be fine. Your plants look hella crazy anyway, so, like, I mean, if it was up to me, I probably wouldn't change it unless you're really wanting a carpet. But if you already had the micro sword, like you mentioned in that video growing, you could probably do like S. repens or pearlweed or dwarf hairgrass. Those would all probably work fine for you, even with your current lighting setup, or if you got the Fluval. Really depends on what you're trying to grow. Almost most of the lights only cover about 12-inch wide tanks. Like 40s need 2 fixtures or something like that. Fluval covers 180 degrees. Yeah, I actually want to add another light to the tank over there and another light to this tank, because it would have a nicer spread if I had 2. I noticed that the plants directly under the light get such a better color than the plants off to the side. They still grow, they just don't get that nice color. So if I had it where there was 2 lights on it, all the plants would get an equal amount of coverage. So Ludwigia ovalis, when I got it, was red, and now it's grown, but I can't bring back the red color. What can I do? I'm dosing iron. Odds are it'll get red if you let it reach the surface. The surface closest to the light, it'll get red for you. Odds are it's not enough light where the plant is growing. Like I'm going to show you guys on the 55 when we do that water change. So just hold on. I'll show you the difference because I have Ludwigia repens, Arcuta. It's a combination of Ludwigia repens and Arcuta growing in this tank. At the bottom, like 6 inches, it's just a green color. But when you get up to the next 6 inches, it's an orange color. So you can clearly see the difference in how the lighting affects it. I'm actually going to use that for a nice contrast of the thing that I just explained to you guys about lighting in the video that I want to do explaining light more in depth. Because I know a ton of people don't know how lighting the aspects of lighting, which is completely fine because I didn't know it when I first started my plants and tanks either. Like I said, had I known, I would have never did a 55. But I will show the 55. I got to do a water change on it. So as soon as we're done with this tank, I'm going to flip you guys around and we'll look at the 55 together. If you guys wouldn't mind on Facebook and YouTube, I know I've already asked, but I'll ask again because I'm desperate for your approval. But can you like and share the video with your friends or your aquarium groups or wherever you might be a part of, forums, whatever? It really helps out, and I'm trying to spread the knowledge to as many people as possible. I have Ludwigia SP Red, and it keeps sending side shoots off of the stems. Do I trim them? If so, what size? I usually let them grow to about 3/4 of the way up the water column, and then I trim them. That's usually a good time. You could trim them much sooner if you want, and it'll just continue getting bushy. Alright, I'm gonna go kill this one. Give me 1 second. Okay. Give me 1 second. I just gotta rinse this bucket because I gotta take my fry out of the tank. Thank you, Janine. I appreciate it. So I'm just gonna wash this bucket real quick so I can take the fry out, and then we'll do the 55. I'm going to move the whiteboard out of the way. Yeah, as they're closer to the light, that's when they get super red. Let me turn you guys around like this. This over like this. And then I'm going to just put YouTube. What's up, Caitlin? How's it going? Just gonna put you guys. Boom, right there. Move the tripod. Okay, so let's see. I want you guys to really see. So first I'm going to show YouTube what I mean by the lighting, and then I'll show Facebook. So let's see. You might not be able to tell, I don't know. These right here are a bit more orange than these. These are green. I don't know. It's probably not going to show it all too well. But maybe you could see it on this. So this is red here, right? So that's getting enough. That's actually the really dark red right there. And the cat is trying to get the fishies. Get down. Down. So yeah, so this right here is a much lighter green here, and then it's really not coming up on camera all too well. But that's a Caitlin. Well, congratulations, and that sucks at the same time. But good for you. So yeah. So that's that. And now I'm going to show you guys on Facebook. Maybe you guys can get a better picture of it. So those right there are orange, or they're like a bit more orange than down here. And I'll take a photo and post it on Instagram so you can see what I see. Hopefully the photo will come out better. But yeah, that's basically the difference in it. Alright, so I'm just going to scoop the fry out real quick. He's in this little net thing here. Take the lid off. Remove this lid. Got a ton of this. So, I don't know what this fry is. I'm thinking it's a neon tetra, but every day it looks more and more like a Bosemani to me. So the fry's out, he's good. I got a ton of pearl weed that's just attached to this piece of Java fern that's floating here. It's nuts. Tank looks great, thank you. I have to take, actually I just realized my Java fern here is turning brown for some reason. You know what? I bet you it's the pearlweed. I bet you the pearlweed is growing too fast and shadowing it. So I'm going to take all of this off of here. This is what happens. Pearlweed grows so fast. Especially this pearlweed. This is a little different than typical baby tears. Okay, so now I got a bunch of this. I'm just going to throw this down here with substrate. Should stick. Okay, it's sticking. Oh man, it shadowed a lot of my Java fern. It was looking a lot better the other day. Now it's all mostly brown. That's not good. That's not good. It's alright. Well, the portions on the plant guppy are all a bit different. So like one Java fern plant can range anywhere between something like this that has a couple leaves on it, or something that's much taller that may have fewer leaves. Normally, like I put their one plant on the website, but normally I throw in like 2 plants, because Java fern it breaks, so you get like 2 individual rhizomes that may have 1 or 2 leaves, or may have 3 leaves, whatever it is. I make sure I give people a decent size though. But I think it's going to be time to change out this Java fern here soon. Possibly. It's getting huge. It's a shame that some of it's browning though. That really sucks. It's alright though. New babies will be produced from this one. That's all that I know. Java fern is impossible to kill usually. So. How's the glass looking? I have some algae over here. Let me grab my credit card that I used to clean. Just tidying up the place a little bit. It's always good to clean your glass before you drain the water, because what happens is it breaks up all the particles. And if you did this after you drained your water, you're not going to pick up all the particles that you're breaking off. Even though this one really doesn't need not much water evaporated, I'm still just going to do like a 20% water change on it. Oh, friend tried the snow delayed your order. Damn, man. Hopefully it gets there tomorrow. The 2 impossible things to get out of your tank once they've been in there. Java moss. Actually, 3 things. Java moss, pearlweed, and Java fern. Because Java fern produces so many babies, I got pieces just hanging in everywhere in here. There's another one. I gotta figure out a place for that. Got a ton of moss growing. Oh Jesus, that's a lot of moss. I think I'm gonna get rid of these. This lotus plant here. This Madagascar lace I might get rid of too. I don't really like it anymore. And then the sword plant as well, because I don't like that either. I like stem plants more. Killian, he's carpeting the whole plant with Blixa. That's nice. Blixa's a good plant. It spreads quick. Like, I have a lot more Blixa than I know what to do with. Alright, let me oh. Hold on 1 second. Alright. So the good news is that I'll hopefully be putting in an order once I get out of here. Nothing better than a new place. Incoming project through Lexi. That is true. Hopefully, by the time you move out, I'm moved into a new place. But there is going to be a brief time where I have to shut down shipping for probably about a month, I'd say. A month or 2 months, depending on how soon I move. 2 of your friends are now watching. Well, thank you very much to Janine's friends. So, something that's new is all this Ludwigia over here. I don't know how well you guys can see it on Facebook. But there's all this new Ludwigia over here that I took out of one of the other grow tanks because it was just growing too fast for the tank. Like, if you want a quick growing plant, Ludwigia Repens or Ludwigia Dark Red or Ludwigia Arcuta, these are all super fast growing plants. And they grow great. And they just grew too fast for the plant, for the grow tanks, and they were starting to outcompete other plants. So I had to move them out. And there's a couple other Ludwigia species in there that I'm thinking about moving out in here too. What was that? Is that a fish? I don't think I sucked up a fish. I've never sucked up a fish before. No, that's a leaf. I was like, did I just suck up a fish? That guy says, do you worry about the Chartist buildup in a shrimp/fish planted tank? I can see about a ½ inch of buildup, but I don't want to uproot my plants. If you have a tremendous amount of detritus, yeah, I would siphon that up. Right now, I don't really have any detritus. Like, I can... Like, really nothing comes off of this. Like, there's a little bit, but it's nothing to be worried about. It's not enough for me to sit there and go through it and gravel back. But if you have an actual layer that you can see, yeah, I would say vacuum some of that up. How many bubbles per second do you pump into your 55 of CO2? Right now it's off, but I do maybe about a bubble a second. Steven asks, says, I really should buy me a Fluval 2.0 for my 40 breeder. I have CO2 on it, but my lights won't grow a high light plant. Yeah, I mean, Fluval 2.0s are great. They're waterproof, so they can get wet. So you don't have to worry about it like falling in or anything. I love it. It's great. It's a great light for a plant to tank. So I'm probably going to be rescaping this tank soon. Somebody's actually going to be trading me some rocks and driftwood for the boost. So when I get the boost, or when I get the rocks and driftwood, I think I'm going to rip everything out of here. I'm just going to do all stem plants in the back. Maybe a couple rocks, a couple nice like dragonstone or something. My PJs look like saltines. They're actually they're like a post-it note or something, like a notepad with stuff that I ain't doing today. So Sarah asks, looking for advice with I can't pronounce this word, AR Mini, we're just going to call it AR or AR Mini. Ended up with some that was never submerged. It has tiny leaves growing. What do you suggest? Dosing flourish only. Or what should I add? So, Sarah, odds are it's by your light and it's just converting over to your environment. I wouldn't say that you need to do anything too special to it. So, if you're not using like an all-in-one fertilizer, or other types of macro and micronutrients, you're going to need some iron. So I would say my all-in-one has it, but I'm not trying to sell you something. Red plants do need iron, so if you don't have iron, you definitely want to get something that has that in it. Sorry, detritus built up under the gravel. Top layer is clean. Oh, I wouldn't worry about it then, because your plants will, if you have plants, your plants will use that detritus as nutrients. It'll break down. So I haven't told my Doritos, I ate them all. When in doubt, buy seed fertilizers, yeah. Let's see. You have how to do a tank videos. Janine, I'm going to be uploading to YouTube and Facebook, both on H2O plants, on the YouTube or the Facebook. More videos of how to set up plants. Right now I have a daily series that I do daily little like quick tips or little updates on things that are up there, and that's what's called my daily trim series. I do have a fully shot video for how I set up one of my 40 gallons. So I want to take that and I want to have my editor edit that down to a nice video. It's just, I haven't gotten to it yet. I have to dig up all the footage. What kinds of fish do I have in here? So right now I have neon tetras, some cherry barbs, harlequin resboras. I have an electric blue ram that's down here, and some Siamese alligators and a couple autos. Okay, Sarah, you're in Canada. I'm trying to think how I could get it to you. I don't know. I might be able to ship you. I mean, the shipping might be a little bit expensive, but if you really wanted it, I might be able to ship you something. Solve my deficiency problem. Phosphorus deficiency. Plants are slowly coming back. Thanks for your help. Do live streams here. You're welcome, John. I'm glad it helped. Yeah, Sean, I'll definitely show the 55 gallon with the new scape if and when I do it. I may just wait until we move to do it, because I feel like if I'm going to set it up and have to move in a month or two, it just makes no sense. So I might just wait till I'm in the 55 or in the new house to show. For detritus buildup in a planted tank, I use to stir it up with a water change, then add a power head and polyfiller around rapid. To remove it the next day. Yeah, so basically you're creating your own little polisher, which I made a polisher out of a power head, a bottle, and some polyfill works, but I also have polyfill in my filter, which I probably should clean. It's probably been about 8 months since I cleaned this filter, and yeah, it's been a while. Can you use Osmocote house plant food in tanks? The plant food itself, no. If you have the, I'll show you. Like if it's a powdered, no, I wouldn't use it, but if you have, where is it? If you have this stuff, Osmocote Plus, this is what you could use. You can get some gelatin capsules and you could use this. You can get a bunch of gelatin capsules like this off Amazon for like, I think like $5 to $10. And you just put some in there, and then this will allow you to get it under the substrate, because those pellets float if you just try and dump them in, so it's not going to work out for you in that way. Did you and the wifey do the other 2 vases yet? Not yet. Can you show the AR? I can show you the AR that I have growing. John, are you waiting on AR? I forgot. I know a lot of people. After that vase episode, I saw an image of someone who scaped 2 exact vases. Yeah? That's pretty cool. I'm going to be doing a video update on the vases soon. It'll probably be one of the daily trim episodes. I'm just waiting to see how plants grow. Right now, the Ludwigia SP Red is turning a little green, which is normal because it doesn't have a super intense light. Actually, it doesn't have really any light at all because it's just a normal bulb, and I don't even know what the bulb's rated at. I need to get a certain type of grow bulb for it. Does the Osmocote Ferts work in these tanks? So if you put them in gel capsules and stick them under the substrate, yes. Otherwise, they're gonna float. So I used Osmocote tabs in this, and up until this point right now, I'm gonna eventually use my own tabs in here. I'm just waiting. I was looking to pre-order a few stems, though. I know the ones growing now are spoken for. Yeah, I actually ordered a bunch, and I think I might actually have more than I thought I did, because now that I'm looking at it, I have one of the regular AR that it looks like, and the other ones are all AR mini, because they're not growing super tall like the one AR is. So I think I might have mixed up the identification on them, because they're not growing much taller than about 6 inches, which is the typical height of AR mini. So yeah, Janine, if that's what you have, that's what you can use. Just put it in those gel capsules and you're good to go. Alright, so now I'm going to add in the fry. He's got to go back in here. So fries back in, that one is back in. Yeah, I don't know for sure, John, but I'm pretty sure I miscalculated it. How hard is the water? I think I have a 2 GH and I think around a 2 kH out the tap. So how much would you use for a 35 gallon and how many? So you want to do root tabs, hold on 1 second. So you want to do root tabs about every 3 to 6 inches away from the plant's base. And less is more when it comes to root tab. So I would start off with a little bit and then work my way up and wait to see if there's any kind of algae blooms, because odds are you're going to get some sort of algae when you put in root tabs. It's just the way it goes. When you introduce new nutrients, you'll get algae. And that's it. Alright, so the fishies are all happy. I just saw a couple stems that I want to move. Let's see. These are floating here. I'm just going to stick these down. There goes my electric blue ray. Hey, baby. Gotta move that out of the way.
You're done or you're still streaming?
Still streaming, I'm almost done. Why, what's up? You want me and you time?
No.
Why, I can bother you now?
No. Just go to the baby.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
How's he doing?
He's doing good. He's excited.
Yeah?
You can't tell me a straight story because he jumps from one to another. With excitement.
That's good.
I need new hands.
Really?
Yeah. candy shopping.
Okay, baby, whatever you want.
Walter, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Walter, get over here.
Let's see. Steven says, my light I have now can grow some wisteria like crazy though. I have a tank full of it, and I've been too lazy to trim it. I can make some money off it. Yeah, you can. Sell it on eBay or sell it on Amazon. Yeah, I try and respond to all the emails and questions I get. YouTube comments I'm a little slow on. I try and let them build up for like a day or two, and then I go through them all like rapid fire. Unless it's like an important question that somebody's like, help, my fish is dying, what should I do? And I'm like, I probably don't know the best answer for this because plants are my thing. Fish, I know a little bit about, not enough, not like Aquarium Co-op does. Let's see. Saw the video DIY Aqua Pros did on your shipment, and I'm really interested in the S1 Premium Flake Food. Do all fish love it? So, Steven, the trick with the S1 fish food is some fish love it, some don't. I've heard probably about 80% of people say that their fish love it, but I've had a couple people say that their fish don't like it as much. But I do have a sample pack that you could get on the website. It's free, so if you order plants, I normally throw one in anyway, but if you really want one, select that option for a free sample, and you can try it out and see how your fish like it. And then you can order more. So it's great, and it's a great premium food. It is a little pricey, but you get a lot. Like there's a lot in the container here. I'll show you here, because it's 2 ounces by weight. So. There's a whole lot in there, you know. This is the container here. So, yeah, you could feed the S1. What I recommend is you mix it up with the existing food you have, and see how they react and see if they eat it, and then wean them onto it. Because fish are sometimes picky, but in nature, fish do snack on spirulina if they're in an area where spirulina grows. It's a natural form of algae, and it has a great protein content. And you know, it has no fillers in it, so it's all natural and it's great. You don't have to worry about like any kind of additives or anything. And like there's no nutrient additives either. A lot of fish foods, and a lot of people don't realize this, is the way a lot of fish foods are produced, they lose their nutrient content. So what manufacturers do is they put in extra additives to kind of boost their protein content or boost their vitamin content, so that way by the time it's processed, the food still has that nutrients, but it's all scientifically added. You want to come say hi? Come say hi. Are you ready for cuddle time?
Are you almost done?
I might be, if you're ready for cuddle time.
I put a pillow in between the bed. Don't cross it.
You hear this? She puts a body pillow in between us. She has her side, I have my side. It's like we're not even a couple. Took over a week of my Corey's nipping on the leftover flakes before he got hungry enough to try the food. Now loves it. Oh, nice. Yeah, she walked away. She wants no part of this stream right now. So yeah, so most of the times you just gotta wait for the fish to love it and to try it. I've actually raised this fry that I have in this net over here, like 98% on the S1 food, just ground up really tiny. And I'm thinking about stocking it on my website, but I don't know if I have any like big breeders or people that have a bunch of fry that would be interested in buying it. But he's growing really fast on it. He's almost full size if he's a neon tetra. I don't know if he's a neon yet. It's kind of hard to tell because neons and Bosmanis look very similar at young ages. So fix this. I bought some root tabs off eBay a couple years ago for when I first started playing the tank. When the capsules dissolved, left yellow balls. Those balls do not degrade. They're annoying. Yeah, those are the ATTOMIC tabs that I make as well, that I use for my tank, and they do dissolve. And then, or the yellow capsules don't dissolve, and then they sit there. We just get 2 comforters. They sell her and his side comforters with 20% is his side. That is true. Show us the baby fish. I don't know if we're gonna be able to see him. He's kind of I mean, let's see. You can see him swimming around in there. There's so much algae growing on the net. He kind of looks like a neon. I bought a blue ram and I literally lost him after 3 days. I took everything out of the tank, checked the filter, the floor, but nothing. It's like it disappeared. Do you have any like cats or dogs? I don't know. Might have been cats or dogs. If you have anything, or if you have a robotic vacuum like I got one of those robotic vacuums. I always worry about it gobbling up my fish if they jump out. I lost a couple coolie loaches. It's also possible another fish could have eaten them if you have other fish in the tank. No. That sucks, go wet. Alright, so time to feed these guys because they all look hungry. So I feed... So I feed a mixture of things. People feed 1 food at a time, I feed 5. I do a little bit of everything. So I got my own S1, right? S1 food. I have these goldfish pellets left over, but my glowfish like to like them, and the electric blue ram also eats them because he's not quick to eat the plants as they're, or eat the food as it's falling. He normally picks at it once it's down. So I'm using these mini wafers for my cherry barbs like those, and the Siamese algae eaters eat those. And then I'm just using this API food that I've actually had for, it's probably expired now that I think about it. Oh no, we're good. Best by 10, 2017. I got like a small amount left. So I normally feed the flake food first because the neons and the Harley Quinns go for this first. They like this stuff. So let's see. Everybody got a good camera angle? Let me bring Facebook down here a little bit. Hold on. I want to get you guys a good viewing angle. Good Facebook, you could see everything, right? See the substrate? Yeah, you could see it. Okay, good. Alright, so first, if you pop 2 minutes, oh yeah, the ATTOMIC things, you just don't want to pop them because they do release a lot of stuff. Alright, so a little bit of flake. Feed a little bit of that. Break up a little bit of the S1 food. The S1 food is cool because it turns purple once it goes in the light. I don't know if anybody else has seen it, but mine turns purple. Okay, so that's that. Little goldfish pellets. And a few algae wafers for Siamese algae eaters. And there we go. They're all fed. Happy and golden. Janine, I got a black upside down swimming cat fish that the pet store said wouldn't get big or bother the other fish in the tank. Well, now it's 7 inches long and eats all my fish. Needless to say, it's got its own tank. Jesus, that's crazy. Yeah, most fish stores, I mean, I really try and find a reputable fish store before I go there. And always do your research, even if you think that they're going to know what they're talking about, because sometimes they don't. Another piece of Ludwigia. Ludwigia grows like crazy. If it's one plant, oh damn, look how crazy this root is on this floater. How large do leaves on most boosts get? So Brad, it really depends on the boost species because each boost species has a different leaf pattern and structure. So some may get really long and some may stay really tiny. So it really depends. Yeah, they dissolve, not pop. That's correct. So yeah, Brad. The boost though, I mean, the boost. Even if you look at the picture that I took of the boost of Philandrid on the website, that's not what it's gonna look like once it fully converts over to your tank. That green will most likely completely disappear, and you'll have either red, blue, orange, pink, yellow, purple leaves, and it's all different. You really can't tell unless you really do your research and look for submerged grown boost to know what the name is and what it's gonna turn over to. So yeah, but that's part of the fun. I think is getting a boost and like seeing what it turns into, because it's gonna take a while. It's not gonna be an overnight thing. Okay. So fish seem to be happy and all that. But alright guys, I'm going to give 5 minutes if you have any Q&As. Let's get them done now, because I will be ending this live stream in approximately 5 minutes. So, last call. Oh, your daughter's watching? Nice, Janine. What's up, Jacob? How's it going? Just got done cleaning all the tanks, feeding the fishies. They're all happy. My one cherry barb, my male cherry barb chases around everybody in the tank. Except for the electric blue ram. He doesn't stand for it. But, yeah. Do you have a waiting list for the coming soon plans? So On some of them I do. If you want, send me a message with the stuff that you want. What I'm thinking about doing, because I haven't switched platforms yet for the website, and the platform that I want to use allows me to set you up with a custom order, so I don't even have to update the website. I could just send you a custom order and you could purchase it. But I'm thinking about putting an option there on the website to pre-order. So like if you go to an item, it'll have its regular thing, and then it'll say like a drop down, and you could do pre-order. And then the pre-order will wow, that's crazy. Hold on. Alright, so the pre-order will allow you to buy stuff, but I don't know if that's going to be a problem, being that there's so many people out there, they could all pre-order something, and then it could take, a month before I have enough to put it in there, so I don't know. Would you agree it's possible to have 2.5-gallon nano planted with 1 to 3 cherry reservoirs? Anything is possible, but would your fish be happy? That's really is the question. They might be. It depends. I mean, a lot of the smaller species, they like to be in groups of 6 or more. So sticking a fish like that by itself, it might get angry at you. Sean, next video will be tomorrow. Every day at 12 p.m. now, in the evening or afternoon, is when the live stream goes up, or the daily trim series go up. I put a big fish in with it, and everything was fine for 2 months, and one night I turned off the light, and it attacked it, and the next day morning, it was half eaten Jesus. Hi, what are some good low light, easy plants to grow? Anubis, Java fern, Java moss, jungle val, water wisteria. Jacob, we're good. Elizabeth, if you want to just check out my website, there's a low light or low tech beginner plant section there, and pretty much everything on there is an easy to grow plant. Relatively, some need a little bit of extra light, but a lot of them are pretty good for beginners. So I'd recommend checking that out. Can you guys see the pearling that's happening? Good night, Sean. Yeah, 12 p.m. every day except for Wednesdays and Sundays. There will be a daily trim episode, unless otherwise noted. Let me turn back on my CO2. I gotta dose some verts. So I'm gonna do that real quick. If you still have questions, feel free to ask. So this is, I use dry ferts. I don't use the all-in-one bottle because this allows me to control it better. But this isn't really for beginners if you're trying to figure out fertilizer and stuff. All-in-one bottles or liquid ferts from like Seachem are a better option. Because this is only one bag out of 7 that I have to dose. And I gotta alternate days, and I gotta keep track, and I gotta watch growth. So this is GH booster here. I'm gonna put in 2 of these. That's 2 tablespoons of that. Does your electric blue ram bully your other fish? Not really. The cherry barb bullies everybody more than the electric blue ram does. By the way, your tank looks awesome. You're very good at growing plants, bro. Thank you. Yeah, I see it. Could roll a big spliff in zone. Watch it, the tank. Oh, I forgot to ask again. Do your autos eat the algae wafers too? And if so, how long until they try to? They actually haven't eaten the algae wafers that I put in here, surprisingly. I never see them snacking on it. So I don't know how they stay alive. I guess they just eat the algae growing in the tank. Because there is algae growing in this tank on the glass. So I can't. Not for me then. What, the fertilizer you're talking about? The fertilizer just, it takes a lot of work. I mean, if you have one tank, it's easy, but if you have a couple of tanks and you're not sure on what you're doing, because here's the thing. I know what each tank needs, and I've adjusted accordingly. So even though there's a recommended dosage for this, by doing all the ferts individually and you don't know which one's causing it, you gotta manually adjust, where the all-in-one bottles, all you would have to do is just lessen the amount you're dosing of that whole container to control algae. So this is a bit more advanced, but eventually it becomes cheaper to maintain in the long run with that stuff. Although I go through it like crazy. Alright guys, but that's about it, I think. I think we're at our 5 minutes or so. Be sure to like and share the live stream if you guys wouldn't mind, to let people see it. There was a lot of good info here said. And I'll see you guys on Sunday, but also stay tuned tomorrow and the rest of the week for daily trim episodes. I'll see you guys later.